everyone, we're going to graph the system of linear inequalities that you see here. We're going to state if it's bounded or unbounded. There should be a question mark. And also label our corner points. So the first two we can do is fairly easy. The x is greater than or equal to 0 and the y is greater than or equal to 0. These two here are in standard form, so I went ahead and rewrote them in slope-intercept form to make it easier to graph. So let's get started and let's do the first two. You might want to write these down because on the other side it might not show up. All right, so here's your graph, and we know that this is y equals 0, this line here, and this line here is x equals 0. So we already know that for y equals 0, that it's supposed to be greater than. We have y is greater than or equal to 0. So that means you're going to be shading up. And for the x is greater than or equal to 0, that means we're shading to the right. So we're going to be shading in this area in here. Now the other two lines, let's go ahead and graph those. We had y equals negative 2x plus 6. So I know my y-intercept is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my slope is negative, so I'm just going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. I'm going to graph this as much as I can on this, as straight as I can. So there we go. Now for this one, it says that this is supposed to be less than. So if I change this to less than, you can go on this line in this area, and we're going to be shading down. And the other one, the other line we had was y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 3. So I'm going to go to my 3, 1, 2, 3. And my slope was negative 1/2, so you go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Whoops. Down 1 over 2. Should be right in there. And so when you graph that one, let me see how far I can get. It goes there. All right. So there's that one. And this one is less than, so that means you're shading down. So all of these you're shading up in here. You can also do test points and shade that way. But if you know it's greater than, then that means it's either going to be to the right or up. If it's less than, it's going to be to the left or down. So I'm going to shade in here. Let's use this color. So it's bounded here. And we have to label our corner points. We have 4 corner points. We have this one, which that's going to be 0, 0. We have this one, which that one is going to be 0, 3. We have this one, and that one is going to be 3, 0. And this one, clearly you can see, since we graphed it right, that's 2, 2. You could also plug in your equations and solve it that way, but this one was pretty easy. So that's it. We have our 4 corner points. It is bounded. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.